Mad Hatter Patrick,
Yes, Marvin?
you have a visitor coming to see you.
A visitor? Who is it?
He's an old buddy of mine, and we decided that we need you to try out an artistic experiment for your next review.
I don't know. This experiment you're talking about sounds kind of fishy.
Do not worry, it will not hurt you, and it's only temporary once the results are in.
Okay, I trust you. So when are they coming?
Right now.
Hello?
Ow, my head. What? What happened to me?
Welcome, new passenger, for the adventure of a lifetime. I'm your host, Juan. In case you are wondering, you are in the animation car, where everyone and everything is a toon.
Wait, if I'm a toon, why do I still have still animation?
We didn't have the budget to make everything feel lifelike.
Says the robot who is a toon.
I'm a pre-record message, so I can predict what you can say, like calling me a toon, or I receive some assistance from that oracle in the fortune teller car.
She predicts that Grayson fellow has a sidekick problem that he will never leave and grow up.
Anyways, have fun. Toodles!
Yeah, I need a minute to process. Play the intro. Greetings, Amelias and Aldrichs. This is Mad Hatter Patrick. Nope, still feeling confused on how mad this is. So, how about that season 2? Infinity Train has returned to Cartoon Network and it's better than ever. I did a review for the first season and I love every minute of it. Strong story, great animation, lovable characters, it's one of the best anime series of all time. Originally, it was supposed to be a mini-series focusing on Tula getting off the train, but due to the popularity, it became a full series with an anthology of seasons. Think of it as a Are You Afraid of the Dark series. Instead of focusing on one character in one episode, it focused on them in one full season. Instead of calling Infinity Train Season 2, they call it Book 2, where Book 1 was originally entitled The Perennial Child, while the sequel is called Book 2 Crack Reflection. Welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. It's time to board the train once again in a different perspective. This is Infinity Train Book 2 Crack Reflection. It opens with the train where MT, Tulip's reflection, who escaped from the Chrome car, is jumping from one car to another. She meets a boy named Jesse and a supernatural deer nicknamed Alan Dracula. She resentfully agrees to help Jesse to get his number down to 0, but she eventually sees him as a friend. The summary may not sound much, but there's actually more to it than meets the eye. One important factor that this season succeeds as a sequel is by expanding the concept of the train. We not only explore never before seen cars from last season, but we've seen the inner workings of the train, like how does it operate, how do the passengers get their numbers, and why are they based on their life problems. The funny thing about Book 2 is that it seems to be more focused on MT than it is on Jessie, despite she's a resident on the train. But what makes her three-dimensional is that she's still a person even though she was Tulip's reflection. All she wants is freedom and wants to make her own choices. But everyone else she talks to just keeps saying you must do what you were made to do. With Jesse on the other hand, he's not an interesting character to travel when boarding the train. He likes to chill out and be cool and has feelings for MT. We do get a glimpse regarding his little brother, which explains why he's on the train, but all we got from their relationship is just he did something harsh to his brother. He's not a bad character, and he's more supportive on MT, he's just not fleshed out. What worked with the original Tulip, or Prime Tulip, or whatever, is that they go deep into the relationship between her parents and explain why she struggled to deal with them being divorced and why she felt so angry and scared. There are other characters from last season that only appeared as recurring characters, like One maintaining his role as the original conductor while operating the train, and the Reflection Police who are on the hunt to eliminate MT. The only recurring characters that seem interesting and may possibly transpire into next season is the Apex, led by Grace. With these passengers, they actually prefer staying on the train and support the old conductor because they don't believe One was the original conductor to begin with. Conceptually, they are interesting characters that they rather want to keep their numbers up instead of making progress on fixing their own problems. There are some other characters that appear in this, but they only appear in one episode like the ones from last season, along with a few cameos. But I think the real reason why we came back on the train is just so we can see the other cars. One of the major highlights in the animation on Infinity Train is with the backgrounds because of the cars they entered, and they are really nice to look at. Some have a nice color palette like in the Family Tree car, an old-timey fashion like in the Lucky Cat car, have nice textures and visuals in the map or cube car, or some just embrace their dystopian environment like the mall car or the wasteland itself. With the character design, they introduce us to more characters from both the train and the real world, and each of them have their own distinct looks to make them recognizable. While the character animation complements that the passengers in MT move down to Earth like real people, while some of the residents move smoothly, but it can still have some creative, surrealistic movements coming from Alan Dracula. But then there are also the effects where everything goes into detail with the use of chrome on MT and the flex, which makes the action scenes awesome to watch. Well, seeing how this series was inspired by video games that Owen Dennis played, it's no surprise that some of these cars act more like levels converted into a story. I wouldn't consider Book 2 as better than its predecessor, but I can still say that I really like this one. Infinity Train Book 2 Cracked Reflection is the best follow-up to one of the best Cartoon Network shows with a great story, memorable new characters, and some top-notch animation. This is a must-watch for Infinity Train fans and people who enjoy anthology stories. It's likely we will get Book 3, but who knows who will become the central characters for the next story. The sequel is not extravagant as the first book, but I'll still give it an A- and the Diploma of Destiny for great progress.
Attention passengers, we're taking a pit stop, so this is your chance in the next 4 hours to get a VIP pass at the engine to leave the train, or you can continue exploring the other cars.
This is the best way we can think of to resolve this video.
Oh, well you know, I'm Mad Hatter Patrick. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm heading over to the Funhouse car before I talk to the conductor. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me for a new review and other project every week. I'll see you soon.